Let's head to Kano, shall we, where what should have been a festive Sallah celebration turned into a devastating tragedy. On Eid Day, a massive fire swept through the Farm Centre GSM Market, one of the busiest mobile phone hubs in Kano metropolis. Hundreds of shops were gutted by flames, with valuables, including mobile phones and accessories, reportedly worth hundreds of millions of naira, lost to the inferno. Eyewitnesses say the fire was triggered by a power converter spark, and in a disturbing twist, no fire service personnel were present during the critical moments when it all went up in smoke.
News Central was on the ground shortly after the incident. Our correspondent, Emmanuel Bagudu, who filed in a report on it, will be joining us now to talk about what he witnessed at the scene. Emmanuel, if you can hear me, good morning, and thank you for being here. You arrived at the scene not long after the fire began. Paint us a picture. What did you see?
Well, it's a very, very devastating inferno. On the Sallah day, very significant day in the lives of the people of Kano, and it came in, as a kind of a way of, making the Sallah so emotional for all of them. They are supposed to be celebrating. Some of them have to quit celebration and have to go back to their shops, to gather what they can gather, bring together, neighbors, and try to put their things in order, and then trying to see that they can minimize loss. The fire service came out with a statement that actually it was an explosion from a battery, and a total number of 47 shops were destroyed, and then of course 20 temporary shops were also destroyed. So it's so devastating, and the people of Kano are still trying to commiserate with the people of the young guys there who are trying to make both ends meet, trying to survive. It's a technological center, different kinds of accessories. That's the only place you can find high tech materials, high tech equipment, and that place is now washed away by fire. It's so devastating, and the people of Kano are commiserating. We saw the Emir of Kano send out his condolences, his messages. He sent out his support, and then we also saw the former governor Rabiu Konkoso visit the place.
Right.
We were there. We met the chairman of Taurani local government, who actually spoke and promised to see how things can be done to revitalize the place. So it's also devastating, and we hope that that market comes back to life so that the people of Kano will continue to enjoy their tech spaces here.
Emmanuel, like you said the Eyewitnesses account mentioned that the fire started from a power converter. But can you clarify what you gathered about the cause of the fire? And also, we also understand that Eyewitnesses say that the fire service reportedly didn't even show up on time as well. What was it like, putting out the fire? Did you speak to the Eyewitnesses there as well as the fire service people?
Well, officially from the fire service, they mentioned that what they gathered was that the fire was caused by a battery explosion. Now, a battery explosion simply means, there's this inverter or converter, whatever they call it, I'm not an expert, that's being used as an alternative power supply, talking about the solar system. That was what the fire service said, a battery explosion. And then as soon as they found out, they tried to put the fire off, but of course it's already gone, destroyed about 47 shops. But they tried their best to see that, because we have over 600 shops put together, both permanent and temporary, in that particular community. So it's something that's very devastating, and the fire service made their warning very clearly that Nigerians, wherever we're using converters, we're using inverters, we should be able to handle our battery properly. And Kano has not even experienced, cold. The place is very, very hot. For the past 3 weeks, it's been heat waves here and there. So we should expect that kind of incident to happen. And of course, with the Sallah frenzy and all that, Sallah euphoria and all that, where people just, concentrating on celebration, forgetting, to put their business in order. They're all engrossed in the celebration mood, one can expect that just such errors happen. Yeah.
Indeed, errors can happen. I wanted to talk to you again about the fire service response time. Could the damages have been minimized if the fire service had been there on time? Mm-hmm. And what in previous cases, I'm sure there has been cases where you've witnessed this kind of event in the past. What is their history with responding to tragedies like this?
Yes. It was slow, very slow. I was there with my camera person. We stood there. We interviewed a lot of people, for at least an hour. We didn't see any fire service, operative. So it was very slow. And, the most surprising is the fact that apart from the federal fire service, we also have the Kano State Fire Service, located here somewhere in Dakata area of Kano State. Even none of them responded. And that's like we said, everybody was engrossed in the celebration. Nobody expected that this kind of thing will happen on a day of a celebration, and so everybody was relaxed. So it's a kind of lesson that Nigerians, we must learn, that on the period of celebration like this, sensitive areas like the Farm Centre, like the tech areas, like where we have electricity being used, by a lot of people, concentration has to be made when people are celebrating. That we just get engrossed and forget about ourselves, and then before we know it, we're all, running hanky-panky trying to, fix one or two things. So it was slow. And this should serve as a deterrent to everybody. And, one can just look at it as a kind of funny situation, because this is a huge loss.
Yeah, but Emmanuel,
in the country where we have, in the state where we have both the fire service and the federal fire service.
Emmanuel.
State fire service and federal fire service. And then this kind of loss is happening. It's devastating. Right. And then one cannot but, ask questions.
Right, Emmanuel,
so
but the thing about emergency response really is that it's because of how uncertain times are. That's why emergency response are created. It's even on days like, celebrations and holidays and public holidays and festivities is where they're always on red alert, because anything can happen at any time. It could be someone driving and then the car goes off in flames, God forbid, Those are the reasons. That's one of the main reasons why, fire services and the police station and security agencies are created for situations like this. So one must be ready at all time, for issues like this. But let's also look at the damage of what this fire caused. Do we know how many shops were affected by this? Is it all the entire market or just a part of the market?
Yes, a total of 47 shops were destroyed. Then 47 permanent shops were destroyed. Then 20 temporary shops were destroyed. And that, of course, includes mobile phones, devices, laptops, and all that. So it's quite devastating. It's a huge loss. 47 permanent shops, and then 20 temporary shops. And then there's something I also discovered about the Farm Centre. The Farm Centre is congested, very, very congested. The place is so congested that one can hardly even find space to move. You can hardly, it's not like what we have in other big cities like in Lagos. And,
I guess these are old markets. Emmanuel, these are old markets, right? Some of these old markets tend to be a little more clustered than the modern ones that we have. So that takes me to what the government's response has been. Has there been any statement, perhaps towards rebuilding the market or assisting these business owners to start off again?
Yes. There has been a response. There has been a response from the state government. In fact, the response started from the local government chairman of Tauni. That place is actually under Tauni local government area. Where we also have an immediate response from the state government. We also had a response from the traditional council talking about the 16th Emir Mohammed Sanusi II also responded that they will support. But you just give them money and they go back and put themselves in congested areas. I mean, that place actually wants an expansion.
Okay, I think we're having a bit
of alternative space. They are congested in that place. They are congested. That developing every day. the young guys are developing every day. They are making a lot of initiatives every day, and they are learning the tech business every day. So they need expansion. They are in numbers. So that particular space needs expansion. That is what I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and just finally, and one has to talk about, the mood of the community. This was Sallah Day, right? Like you rightfully put, everyone was out, celebrating with friends and family and loved ones, and it's supposed to be a joyous occasion. To now cope with this massive loss, what's the mood with the victims? Were you able to talk to any of the shop owners who lost their property, and what was the sense you got from him?
Yeah. We spoke to a lot of shop owners. Of course, we spoke to them, and most of them are just, devastated. It's a very devastating experience. Most of them feel it's a setback to their businesses. They believe that they have to start afresh, and it's something that they cannot just help imagine. They cannot imagine, and it's something that is unexpected and it's very shocking to them. And all that we try to talk to them about is to find out how they intend to recover, and they believe, and these guys believe in their skills. One thing I noticed about the people of Kano is because they're very resilient people. They're business minded. In the middle of this this kind of incident, most of them are still confident that they will still bounce back. There's no any iota of hopelessness. We don't see any hopelessness in the air. Most of them feel sad though, but of course they believe that at the end of the day there is light. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that can-do spirit is what, and the resilience is what we're known for as a people when it comes to Nigeria, across all, languages, culture, or tribe. Emmanuel, many thanks for giving us your, first-hand experience of this and just giving us that report. Appreciate you for coming on. And also, this is a call to everyone. Please make sure to insure your properties, your home, as well as your businesses. Also, whenever there's a heat wave, you want to turn off all appliances, every single thing. A heat wave, it's only, especially when it's battery powered, it's most likely going to get overheated. It would explode and there will be fire. Emmanuel, once again, thank you. Emmanuel Bagudu, our correspondent live from Kano State, giving us a bit of insight following the fire that happened on Eid Day and the GSM market in Kano State.